Here on Tyrone TV. We're almost about to get going. Fergal Ward has checked the both watches and we're up and running, and the 2024 Senior Football Championship is up and running here in Tyrone. Course straight knockout, no second chances in this championship, and it's Arbo immediately into possession in the early stages of the game, where Shane McGuigan looks for the long ball into that inside forward line, and he's found the long ball in, and it's gone in to midfielder, well, David Mulgrew, who's playing in at full forward, and David Mulgrew has opened the scoring, and a good start for Arbo inside the opening 20 seconds of the game, and Didi Mulgrew's opened the score and a point to nil.
That'll settle Didi down very well. It was an early ball in, had it turned, moved the bar from approximately 21 yards out. That's a great start for the day for him, and if he starts well traditionally, he does well.
Darragh Mullen with a kick out for Edendork, launches one out that left hand side of the field. Who's going to rise and try and win possession of the ball? Con Kilpatrick helps it on out further on out the field, but it's won by wing half-back Sherry O'Hare back in action. Of course, with Arbo, we missed a lot of the action earlier in the year playing for Tyrone under 20s. Talk of him going to Australia perhaps next year, so Arbo will want to get the best out of him here this evening, and maybe beyond this evening, depending on how well they progress here in this game. Warren Mulgrew has possession of the ball, plays it out towards his cornerback, that's Conor Devlin, who's on to it. First touch for the ball for him onto the hands now of Shane McGuigan, top scorer for Arbo this year, launches one in towards the goal, but it's gone out to the left of the post, or sorry, right of the post and wide. Shane McGuigan with 48 so far in the league. Well, the league that has completed for Arbo this year, and that's decent pegging, almost 50 points in the 15 games that he's played. Kick out for Darragh Mullen once again. Darragh Mullen, what's he going to do with it? Same kick out routine as the first time, out that left hand side of the field where Colin Kilpatrick won it and dropped it, but Fergal Ward spotted the foul on him.
It's very clear at this stage Edendork are not opting for the short game. They're launching as long and as quickly as they can to their target man in the midfield, Colin Kilpatrick, both of which he got to. The first one he fisted on, the second one was a great catch.
Yeah, Corey Bell picks it up, gives it on to Rian Nealis for Edendork, launches it back in towards his own defence, where Stoney McNeely, the captain of this Edendork side, plays it away out the cross on the far side, and Edendork can look to change that angle of attack into the hands now of James Farron, who's operating on the out in the 65 metre line. Short ball to McNeely once again. McNeely looks up ahead of him. Short pass into the hands of Colin Kilpatrick. Good strong runner Kilpatrick, of course, into the hands of McCurry. Peels out this right hand side. First touch of the ball for him. Plays it back to McNeely. McNeely looking to give it back to McCurry once again. McCurry has Luke Ferguson there, wearing number 17, of course, the man that replaced Ben Cullen, just ahead of the throw in here. Late change for Edendork, and very decent crowd here coming in to the match at that through in at 7:15 due to the bit of traffic restrictions in and around the town this evening. Some road works going on, so very sensibly they move the throw in time back. Cormac Devlin for Arbo plays it out this near side into the hands of Conan Devlin. Conan Devlin making good progress down towards that Edendork goal. Short pass out towards Cormac Devlin once again into the hands of McGuigan. McGuigan sort of operating out the field. Is that sort of quarterback role at the minute there, Chris?
Yeah, normally you would expect him to be further in, but at the minute Didi's in.
Michael O'Neill pulls the trigger. Michael O'Neill comes off the post and back out into play. Edendork trying to win possession back in there. They're having to work hard to tidy it up deep inside their own half of the field, but Fergal Ward again spotted a free. It will be a free out to Edendork, and they've already moved it out towards their corner forward, Patrick Donnelly, but Patrick's operating way out the field of play, and we can expect to see this from this Edendork side. Numbers will mean nothing here, Chris.
Yeah, numbers really are relevant. There are a number of people on that just aren't playing position. At the minute, Arbo are retreating more or less into their own half and just bringing Edendork on.
McCurry has it for Edendork. The wind, they're playing into that breeze in the opening half. Edendork up towards the goals on our right hand side.
Yeah,
towards Ferguson once again. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, we consider scoring goals into the pavilion, especially when you have the wind, and as it tires in the second half, that will be to Edendork's advantage.
It certainly will be, as possession of the ball once again in Edendork hands out this near side into the hands of Corey Bell. Corey Bell making good progress down this right hand side. Plays it short towards Nealis. Nealis back out the field of play, where it's now in the hands of Patrick Donnelly. He brings in Colin Kilpatrick. Good direct run from Kilpatrick. We can expect to see lots of this from him this evening as he races through the centre, tries to get a shot away, and he manages to split the post and stick it over the bar. And he's a good weapon going forward, isn't he?
That was excellent by Con Kilpatrick. He took on 3 or 4 men. They've obviously decided they're going to try and stop him in the middle, but he burst through them all and put the ball over the bar.
Yeah, it's either let him go or foul him. There's really no option with a man of that size coming belting through the middle.
Especially at pace.
Yeah, as the possession is in Shane McGuigan's hand, he plays the ball forward towards Devlin once again. Cormac Devlin making progress down that left-hand side, but he's got too many Edendork shirts around him to make any more progress. Plays a 1-2 and then plays it back towards his fullback, Oisin Devlin. Oisin Devlin transfers possession on out towards wing half back there, Conan Devlin, and Conan Devlin carries the ball forward for Arbo. On beyond that 45-metre line, out towards Shea O'Hare, who pulls the trigger. Long range effort from O'Hare. It's gone out to the right of the post, gone wide. Second wide of the game. And I know his uncle will be listening in or watching in from United States this evening. Mickey Coleman will be watching in from New York as his side, Arbo, go up against Edendork here for a place in the last 8 of the Tyrone Senior Football Championship, of course backed by Colonies of Moy. Kick out from Darragh Mallon, launches it away out the far side over there, where it's won, and it's safely in Edendork hands in the shape of Niall Morgan trying to go forward. And once again he stopped. Fergal Ward quite rightly given the free.
I see there was just a slight change in tactic there. It's a great option Edendork have.
Yeah,
Arbo doubled up on Kilpatrick and Morgan peeled away to the 45.
Darragh
McCurry was released too.
Yeah, Darragh McCurry has it down this near side. McCurry back out towards Padraig Donnelly once again. Just on the beyond that halfway line, moving into Arbo territory, into the hands of Manili going forward. Manili looking for options. One of them there is McCurry. McCurry, left footed kick, of course, inside once again. The mark's been taken. Is that Darragh Conley that has it?
Mark.
Chance for Edendork to go ahead for the first time in the game. We are just into the almost into the 8th minute. Ball is kicked up high, it's through the post, and it's over the bar, and that's a good enough tactic. Play it inside, and the man that got us, Darragh Conley.
In fairness to Edendork, they're invalidating the pack defence by Arbo. First one that broke through with Con, and then the second one that picked out the mark and over the bar.
It certainly did. Conor Devlin plays it out this near side into the hands of Shea McGuigan. Remember, a top scorer for Arbo this year, but he's playing really out in that middle third. And it'll be interesting to see if they deploy him inside at any stage, because you think that's where you want your top scorer, isn't it?
Absolutely. I can't understand why he's so far away from the danger area, especially in the first half and in the scoring goals with the wind.
Yeah, Shea McGuigan is going to take this free, but he's right on the 45-metre line. Kicking down, as Chris says, into the scoring goals down our left-hand side. The big College of Moy banner in behind the goals there. Right for the kick, of course, from McGuigan, but it's curling out to the left of the post and it's wide once again. Third wide of the open half for Arbo. Edendork yet to record a wide. Scoreline 2-1 to Edendork.
It's early days, but I'd imagine Arbo will be a wee bit worried about racking up so many wides so early on.
Darragh Mallon with the kick out, changes the tactic, comes out this near side out towards Padraig Donnelly, who catches the possession of the ball. Shane McGuigan just helped him to the ground, so free to Edendork once again.
Now the team seem to be keen on moving quickly, didn't it?
It's very timid so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ball going forward, trying to Arbo breaking up possession there, but they've failed to stop the ball going over the line. James Farron with the sideline ball, gives it back towards Manili. Manili's got Ferguson there if he wants to use him, and he does. Out to Luke Ferguson, say the replacement for Ben Cullen. Bit of last minute changing from Edendork ahead of the throw-in. Possession of the ball once again in the hands of the men from Edendork out this near side where it's picked up, and they have an opportunity to press forward once again through Donnelly.
In fairness, it hasn't put Edendork off too much. They haven't been upset by Ben. They're keeping their composure, they're keeping possession, they're not panicking, they're using the ball well.
Yeah, and they're keeping the ball away from Arbo, which is playing into the wind in this opening half. That's exactly what they'll want to do.
That's exactly the game plan, as long as Arbo don't get any distance between them. If they hadn't have missed those frees, it would have been a different game. But Edendork are very much in control of this game at this moment.
Manili across to Corey Bell on the far side. Bell transfers possession towards Jake Ferguson. Ferguson comes down this right hand side in the hands of Rian Neelis. Neelis looks up ahead of him, but Ferguson's back if he wants to use him once again. That's Jake Ferguson. youth officer with the Edendork club this year. Ball into the hands of Manili. Back out towards Ferguson once again. Ferguson heads over the 65-metre line off the right boot, plays the ball in, and there's a mark to be won in there, but it hasn't been won, and Arbo can soak up possession there, and they've done very well. Good bit of play from Shea O'Hare, who was under a lot of pressure there, but managed to turn away possession, particularly from Finn Devlin, who should have won it.
Yeah, at the minute you have to say Shea O'Hare is not making any impact in this game, Damien.
Didi Mulgrew has ball in his hand right down that right hand side, and he makes it he plays it forward towards O'Neill, back out towards Mulgrew. Mulgrew's got options around him. One of them there is his midfield partner Oren Mulgrew. Gives it out towards Shea O'Hare now, who's on to possession of the ball. Gives it to McGuigan. McGuigan transfers across this left hand side into the hands of Shea Quinn. Shea Quinn right footed kick, and Shea Quinn sticks it over the bar. Great score from Shea Quinn. And the sides are level at 2 apiece, just as we expected. Nice and tight.
Excellent score. Arbo moved it quite through the hands very quickly, went from one side to the other. Shea over the bar. Fantastic score. Yeah,
just under 11 minutes gone in the opening half. Sides level. Intriguing battle here in O'Neill Park in Dungannon. And Darragh Mallon with the kick out. Splendid evening here, and a poor kick out has gone straight into the hands of the Arbo men, and they're on the attack down this right hand side through Didi Mulgrew once again. Mulgrew kicks it up high in the air, but dropping in. Is it going to drop into the hands of Darragh Mallon? There's a substitute on there. We'll just get him, number 23, Jamie Muldoon's on, or I think for Ardboe. I don't know, I didn't see whether he started the game or he came on as a sub, but he's definitely on the field of play.
I think he may have started. We'll have to calculate or work out who hasn't gone on. I don't see a 15 for Arbo.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. But Muldoon's definitely on the field of play, and the possession of the ball is in the hands of Manili. Manili going over the 65-metre line, looks up ahead of him, heading towards the 45-metre line. Good progress from the fullback. Plays the ball inside towards Darragh Connery. Scored the last point for Edendork, and he might have an opportunity to score another one here because he's won himself a free.
It's a very wasteful free to give away
on the 20-metre line, and that's a disappointing free from Arbo's perspective, and an easy opportunity to suspect for a man like Darren McCurry.
I think possibly we are missing Jordan Bell from Arbo, number 12.
So we've got
Jimmy Muldoon on for Jordan Bell.
So we've got McCurry, who just split the post there for Edendork once again, and that's his first score of the evening. Darren McCurry.
It certainly won't be his last, Damien.
Well, a free in the 13th minute of the opening half, and the kick out's already been taken and transferred out through the middle of the field once again into the hands of Conan Devlin for Arbo. Looks out to his right hand side, and it's Michael O'Neill there, the captain of the side. O'Neill looks out to his right hand side. He's good crowd in here in Dungannon, approximately. Well, that stands rightly full across the far side. 1700 here you'd expect, as possession of the ball going forward once again into the hands of Mulgrew. Out towards the midfield area, and transferred across the field of play where it's in the hands now. Conor Devlin making progress. Going over that 45-metre line. Jinking and weaving, looking to get onto that left boot. Conor Devlin kicks it up high, and he slotted it through the post and over the bar.
That's a great score from Conor Devlin, coming up from cornerback.
Conor Devlin, who's scored a goal in the league, so in the league this season, can now add a point to his season. A goal and a point so far in 2024. 13.5 minutes gone, and it's 3 apiece.
Not unlike his father there, but with better feet, would you say, Damien?
I will not argue. I will not argue with that. Although we stand not too that far away from us, so we better be quiet. Kick out from Darragh Mallon. Launches one out through the middle of the field once again. Colin Kilpatrick trying to get race onto it, but Arbo have got bodies there. Well, not enough bodies there, because Farron picks it up now for Edendork. Transfers it on towards Niall Morgan. Niall Morgan, first time we've seen him really going forward for Edendork. He's making good progress towards the outside. A good solid tackle comes in there and knocks possession away from him. And that was a brilliant tackle from Aidan Duffy. He stuck to his task for Arbo, and here come the Arbo men out through the middle of the field, and they're trying to make a bit of progress here. Now in the hands of Matthew Bell for Arbo. Going forward out that right hand side. Transfers it over there towards Shea O'Hare. O'Hare on the 45-metre line. O'Hare tries to get a pass. Ferguson manages to do so. Plays the ball towards Oren Mulgrew. Mulgrew further on out the field of play into the hands now of Shea Quinn. Shea Quinn for Ardboe, making a bit of progress. Out this left-hand side. Quinn plays the possession in towards Cormac Devlin. Cormac Devlin runs out a few bodies and moves possession out to the left once again. He'd have to go down and pick it up. And can he get transferred away? Look at the Edendork numbers there. Edendork there were hunting in packs, and they've won the ball back.
Again, very impressive. There's 4 or 5 people just gobbled him up, took the ball off him. Again, you just mentioned there's Aidan Duffy, fantastic tackle on Morgan. Robbed him cleanly. Technically excellent.
Well, we're almost at the halfway mark in the opening half, and the sides are level at 3 apiece. We expected this to be a close encounter, and so far it's been all of that. Manili picks it up. This captain of the Edendork team plays it out to this right hand side into the hands of Fake Renelis. Fake Renelis has got Luke Ferguson up ahead of him. He wants to use him, carries it out over the halfway line, and once again looks up to see where the movement is. None accruing at the minute, so it's in the hands of McCurry. McCurry, short pass, no, he turns and changes the angle of attack, and then he plays in Fern towards the 45 metre line, launches it up high in the air. He's looking for an inside forward pass, but the Arbo men there in numbers, and they should break this clear, or are they going to break it clear as Con Kilpatrick comes in and wins possession of the ball? But he was never going to be able to clear that one out because the Arbo were numbers around them again.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that high ball in. You're not really going to get much out of it. Con got gobbled up very quickly, but I'm not sure that he could do anything other than that.
Yeah, it seemed like he opted out and just hoofed it in. So Arbo were there in numbers, and they picked it up once again, and they've got possession out through this right hand side of the field where it's in the hands of Matthew Bell. He goes back, looks for options around him. Once again, there's an option there, Shane McGuigan. Shane McGuigan just approaching the halfway line, but goes back into the hands of Conan Devlin. Conan Devlin transfers possession away across the far side, and Arbo change the angle through Michael Quinn now, or Michael O'Neill rather. Michael O'Neill heading towards the 45 metre line. Here he comes O'Hare off the shoulder into the hands of Warren Mulgrew. Mulgrew pulls the trigger from inside the 45 metre line, but it's gone out to the right of the post and it's gone wide, and that's a fourth wide of the opening half for Arbo, and they'll want to get the shooting boots on a little better than that what has appeared so far.
Absolutely, that's going to be a source of frustration. You can see the Arbo management expressing that frustration. That's 4 wides and 2 shorts, Damien.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a kick out once again. It's prepared by Darragh Mullen, and it wasn't the greatest kick in the world. He kicks it right down the throat of the Arbo men, and they're coming forward in numbers now through Shea Quinn. Once again, Shea Quinn, he's already scored a point in the game, kicks it up high in the air, and he's very, very happy with that because he slotted his second, and a gift of a point given to Arbo. And with just over 17 minutes gone, it's 4-3 in favour of Arbo.
And again, that's a problem from the goalkeeper. That's the second per kick out. You don't want to go too hard on goalkeepers, especially in this booth.
Absolutely,
But in
there's an
reality,
alliance here.
after getting away with the miss from Arbo, they effectively give them that back, and they're going to have to be careful.
And it wasn't the greatest kick here either because there was 3 Arbo men around it, but Edendork have managed to win possession of the ball. Luke Ferguson did brilliantly well there for them. Back into the hands of Manili. Launches away out that right hand or that left hand side of the field, and Nilis is over there to pick up possession for Edendork. It cuts back inside towards the centre of the field. He's looking for options around him, but there's only a wall of orange ahead of him, and they've turned over possession once again. Good disciplined defending from the Arbo men as they carry possession out towards the halfway line into the hands of Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill just over the halfway line. Knockout championship football here in O'Neill Park in Dungannon on this beautiful evening at the start of September. And
again, Damien, you'd ask yourself the question, would either team get more productivity if they went down the wings? There is a tendency to attack through the middle, and the middle is congested.
It certainly is, as Michael O'Neill takes it once again, looking for options out to his left hand side. McGuigan's one of them. McGuigan just edging towards the 45 metre line and plays it out towards Shea O'Hare. Shea O'Hare has an option out on his right hand side, but Shea O'Hare decides, you know what, I've seen enough, I'm going to take this on myself. Runs into traffic and he's turned backwards. Niall Morgan was there to provide the wall of resistance there.
Obstacle.
Yeah, as possession of the ball is in the hands of the man from Arbo in the shape of Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill shaped like he was going to shoot, gives it back out the field of play once again. Wing half back, Conan Devlin has it now for Arbo. Shea O'Hare's there if he wants to use him. Offloads it, possession, trying to get a 1-2 going with Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill from distance. Michael O'Neill kicks it up high in the air. Has he found his accuracy? He has. He stuck it over the bar.
That's
Michael O'Neill gets
Michael
his.
O'Neill. Very, very important from your captain to stand up. And all of a sudden, instead of being 1 point down, Arbo are now 3 up.
Yeah, well, it's
2
up, 5-3. The scoreline, all 5 Ardboe points coming from play. 2 from Shea Quinn, 1 from David Mulgrew, 1 from Michael O'Neill, and 1 from cornerback Connor Devlin. And the kick out once again for Edendork goes out towards the midfield area. Is picked up easily by Connor Devlin. And once again, Arbo can set themselves up and go down that right hand side where they're getting good progress down that right hand side, the stand side of the field over there. Cross towards McGuigan. McGuigan looking for options down that left hand side perhaps this time.
There's not too many down the left.
No, there's only
side,
one man
Damien.
there,
There's only one, and he's
he
fumbled the
hasn't
ball.
managed to win possession of the ball as Darragh
And
McCurry
Dallas
comes out and win it. Darragh McCurry did brilliantly well there, foraging and working hard for Edendork. And he's got options here now as he can move forward.
Can break, they can
and here comes Con Kilpatrick down through the centre. Con Kilpatrick heading towards the 45-metre line and beyond it. He's now at the D. Con Kilpatrick moving forward, goes to ground. Referee says no foul there. This is championship, lads, and play on. And he's touched it on the ground and a free out. And I think it was decent enough, referee.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Colin would disagree with that. He's driving forward. He didn't have any support. He was limited in what he could do.
He was isolated.
And because of he was isolated, he was vulnerable.
Yeah, certainly was. Possession of the ball in the hands of Didi McGrew. He's just at walking pace. Not even on walking pace now at the minute. Just retains possession, gives it to Connor Devlin. Devlin over the halfway line for Arbo. Edendork just sitting in. 5-3. Arbo lead by 2. Once again in the hands of Warren Mulgrew, gives it short. And Gavin Devlin down there barking out the instructions, set it up. It's Shea O'Hare launches it back inside once again. And a neat 1-2 has found the hands of Mulgrew. Mulgrew has kicked it in and kicked it over the bar once again.
That was a great score.
Another
early
great
ball
score.
In and then coming off the shoulder, left foot over. It looks simple, it's a whole lot more complicated. But when it works out, it certainly is good football to watch.
It certainly is. 6 points to 3 Arbo lead. Another score from Didi Mulgrew. That's 2 for him, 2 for Shea Quinn, 1 for Michael O'Neill, and 1 for Conor Devlin. Kick out will be Darragh Mallons for Edendork. Launches it out through the centre of the field once again. Trying to win possession of the ball is Con Kilpatrick, who just managed to punch it down the throat of Oisin Devlin for Arbo. Arbo there in numbers, and they're starting to find a real energy about them at the minute.
They've shut down Edendork's kick-out strategy.
Yeah, and McGuigan has kicked it into that inside forward line, and the mark has been won in there, and another opportunity. And is that McGrew again? Just it'll be a mark just beyond the 20-metre line. A chance for Arbo to slot another score here. And the kick goes in, and it's Didi that has kicked it in and kicked it over the bar once again. That's his 3rd of the evening, the first one that has come from the dead ball.
Arbo are now 4 points up, Damien, after missing 3 and kicking 2 short. It would appear that they're becoming the dominant force. Edendork need to get a hold of midfield. They
certainly do. The kick out goes out towards Padraig Donnelly into the hands of Ferguson now. Niall Morgan's been very quiet in the game so far, Chris, and they need to get him into it, don't they?
They certainly do. Arbo have swamped the midfield, and they've specifically gone for a man-to-man marking job. Cormac Devlin is on Morgan, and he's finding it difficult to get space.
Neelis coming forward now for Edendork. Short pass into that inside forward line, into the hands now of McCurry. McCurry looks up. Looked like he's going to have a shot. Gives the ball short towards Fern. Fern towards the edge of the D. Fern pulls the trigger, but it's dropping in short easily into the hands of Conal Quinn, who feeds it back out the field of play once again. Arbo, you can just sense energy levels rising. They're more than happy to see that all those options shut down for Edendork.
Yeah,
the game plan's going well for them.
Their energy levels are rising, but at the same time, they're patient. They're holding on to the ball. They're moving it out at their discretion. And they've just given it away as soon as I mentioned it.
Yeah, and they've given possession. They've given possession away. It's Darragh Conway that has it out this near side into the hands of Morgan, who's making progress. Niall Morgan cuts back inside looking for options, but there's not enough green shirts or green and hoop shirts around him. Has to give the ball short towards Ferguson. Jake Ferguson pulls it in towards the edge of the square, dropping in short. Dangerous, but it's dealt with, and easily dealt with by Arbo when they come out the field to play through McGuigan once again.
Jake Ferguson putting in a good shift for a man that wasn't supposed to start.
Possession of the ball in the hands of McGuigan once again. Happy to hold it. A 4-point lead Arbo have, and we're progressing towards half time. Well, 6 to go to the break. A ball into that inside forward line once again. First won by Didi McGrew, who's been the most outstanding player for Ardboe so far. He kicks it out to the left and he's kicked it wide.
Unlucky with that one.
Yeah, 5 wides now for Arbo. Edendork yet to kick one, but possession being dominated by Arbo, Chris.
Especially in midfield. Edendork have to get on top of midfield, especially when you're taking a look at Con Kilpatrick and Morgan, both of whom should be probably carrying it more for them.
Ball's going kicked out short towards Jake Ferguson. Ferguson plays the ball back towards Luke Ferguson, and now back in the hands of Darragh Mallon. There is a significant enough breeze blowing down the field. It's whether it's a 4-point breeze or not, yet to be decided. But Patrick Donnelly has it for Edendork going forward, looking for options. Here comes McCurry. McCurry out over the 45-metre line. Still McCurry in possession of the ball. Moving in at pace now. McCurry sees the angle of attack, and well, that's a super point from McCurry.
That's a fantastic point.
What a score! What a score!
Part of the field is scoring, and not only does he do that, but he does it with his right foot. Fantastic call there.
Super point from McCurry. Brings the lead down to just 3 points now. 7 points to 4 in favour of Arbo. Arbo goes short with it out this near side into the hands of fullback Shane McGuigan. Now it's with their fullback Oisin Devlin. Now to centre half forward on the team, Cormac Devlin. Heading out towards the stand on the far side, that Desi Slater stand. That's a possession of the ball. It's been transferred inside now towards Oran McGree. Oran McGree's are mounting a space in front of him, and he moves right into it. And there's a chance here if he plays the ball in. Arbo looking for a goal here as the ball goes in towards the edge of the square, drops back out into play. And once again, Devlin with a shot. He kicks it up high, but it's going to drop in short. And Darragh Mallon can hold possession for Edendork and take it away once again. And that was a missed opportunity, Chris.
I think that was a let off Arbo. Cormac did fantastic well to start that. He nearly finished it. He was off balance when he kicked it and going short. Hasn't done them any favours.
Edendork punish them for it. They come out this right hand side of the field, very close to the sideline. Have to transfer possession back inside once again. And the man that has it is Ferguson. He gives it out towards Manili. Manili shovels it on out the field of play towards Neelis. Neelis making good progress out towards the halfway line. He's got McCurry there in support if he wants to use him. Now McCurry comes on to beyond the 65-metre line. Up ahead of him, it's Neelis
is making
a quick run, but McCurry's drinking and weaving. He's moving towards the 20-metre line. Neelis pulls the trigger from right on that right-hand side. He's leaning in to try and turn it round and in over the bar, and he's got it. What a score for Edendork, and that was the punishment that Arbo didn't want from the chance for the goal.
And again, that came from a ball going short from Cormac. Again, you have to give credit to Neelis. Not only did he create the space by driving forward, he then came back, took it, and put it over the bar. Super
point from Fakra Neelis for Edendork, and now this lead is only 2, and Arbo, well, they're heading into the last 3 minutes of the opening half, and it's certainly more than a 2-point lead, I think, Chris.
I would have thought so. Arbo could rue those missed chances, but they were fairly comfortable 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's certainly more. I think that wind needs a few more scores here from Arbo as the ball drops in from McGuigan in towards the edge of the square, and just punched clear. Arbo try to recycle it out close to the sideline down on our left hand side as we look out here. And ball back into the hands of Oran Mulgrew. Mulgrew in possession of the ball. Short pass out to his wing half back, Conan Devlin, who's seen a lot of possession in this open half. Heads towards the 45-metre line. Shea O'Hare's there, but he refuses to use him, and he pulls the trigger from out on that right hand side. It's dropping in, but it's dropping out to the left, I think, and wide. It is indeed.
It certainly is. That adds to the tally.
Again, poor option. I think he had Shea O'Hare bombing in from the right hand side. He should have used him.
You coming off the shoulder of the pace that Shea has. He wants to exploit that. If you're going to go for the shot, you got to put it over the bar, Damien.
Absolutely. Well, Shea O'Hare was coming in, and he was coming in at a really good angle, but he was ignored on that occasion. 2 minutes to the break. Darragh Mallon with the kick out, and
this has to go long, Damien. Give them a bit of breathing space. Hopefully target Con and then get them on a quick attack. They can get a score going into
well, if you're Conless Gilligan, you're relatively happy here at the minute, Chris.
Yeah, despite yourself in many respects.
Yeah. Connor Devlin has possession of the ball for Arbo. He's romps it forward, and once again Edendork come away with it. Manili did well, gives it out to Patrick Donnelly. Patrick Donnelly further on out the field to play now, out towards corner back there, Ryan Madden. Edendork moving it out towards McCurry. McCurry heads away across to the Desi Slater stand on the far side, and then plays the ball into the hands of James Fern. Fern wins possession of the ball. He's a good target man in there. Fern takes it out towards the 45-metre line, gives it to McCurry once again.
He's also a lonely target man in there. It's hard to get the support staff up. Edendork are going to have to look at that in the second half. They're going to have to bring McCurry closer to goals and try and get the ball in early.
Just under a minute to the break now. Possession out this near side into the hands of Rian Neelis.
I don't think there'll be any significant injury time, Damien.
I don't think so. I can't remember there been a stoppage in the game.
No, certainly no injuries anyway.
Yeah. Patrick Donnelly has it for Edendork. Goes short towards Ferguson. Ferguson has an option out on the right hand side here, and that's Corey Bell. But Corey Bell's happy to keep possession and hold it and move it across the field of play. And short pass now back into Bell's hands once again to McCurry. McCurry solos it. Looks it back out the field of play. for options around him. And I think Edendork's just happy to keep and hold us to the break here.
It certainly looks like that. I think psychologically
Well, if they're going to score
looking
before
for the
break, a
sandwiches.
half time here, that'll be even better as Patrick Donnelly picks it up once again. But he's isolated and there's 3 Arbo men around him.
He'll be well to get out of
Arbo
that.
should win possession there, and they do. They won the free. Jay O'Hare's won it.
But the reverse of that is, I would imagine Arbo will want to get a score before half time, Damien. They should show a wee bit of urgency.
They need to, I think. They need a 3-point lead at the break would be more in keeping with their efforts in the opening half. Remember the 6 wides in the opening half to just none from Edendork, and here they come through Michael O'Neill once again.
But it's not just even the wides, it's the short balls. One short ball
Oran
cross.
Mulgrew plays the ball in. This one could be
right.
significant, but towards the edge of the head of the half here, Dee Mulgrew kicks it in, but Dee Mulgrew kicked out to the left of the post and wide. 7 wides now in the opening half for Arbo. None for Edendork, and we're into injury time. Well into it at this stage. I think there was 1 additional minute, and we've almost 40 seconds that gone.
Yeah, I think he'll blow it now. Maybe let one more attack of Edendork get it, feeling that. I think he's going to go for the half-time tee.
Darragh kicks it out short towards Ferguson. Ferguson, one last option for Edendork to get a score. Here comes Con Kilpatrick. He's been quiet too in the opening half, but here he comes down through the centre once again, trying to play the ball forward, looking for an inside forward pass, but Arbo can take away possession, and that is the last action of the opening half.
I think we might have an injury, isn't it?
And yeah, no, I think he's going to be able to get a cup of coffee, and we'll have to get rid of him fairly quickly.
Lunchbox too.
And we're up and running here in the second half in O'Neill Park in Dungannon, underneath the lights here for the first time of Senior Championship action in this Connolly's of Moy Senior Football Championship. Round 1 game, the very first of the games, first of 16 games this weekend. Of course, all live here on Tyrone TV, and Shea McGuigan heads towards the goals on our right hand side for the first time in the second half and manages to evade the tackle there of Finn Devlin.
And again, Shea stayed out. He hasn't gone inside as we'd possibly thought at the start of the game.
No, he has not, as trying to bring in Oran Mulgrew here. Mulgrew
Coming
towards
off
the edge of the
shoulder,
D. Yeah.
if he can break the tackle.
Good run from Mulgrew, who probably should have shot at that stage, but it gives it out to Devlin. Cormac Devlin for Arbo, heads out towards the 45-metre line again. Further on out the field of play, it's Connor Devlin who picks it up, the cornerback for Arbo, heading towards the D once again.
Devlin to Devlin.
Yep.
Connection.
Back out the field of play, and it's Cormac has it once again. Cormac Devlin gives the ball short, now into the hands of Oran Mulgrew once again. Oran Mulgrew plays the ball inside, neat little pass in towards corner forward Conal Morgan, but the ball has gone out to the left of the post again, and wide. That's wide number 8. I want to give a shout out to Eddie Doris, who's watching in from Cookstown this evening. Cookstown in action, of course, tomorrow night against Darragh, and then that big one, Dromore up against Carrickmore at 8:30 tomorrow evening in O'Neill's Healy Park in Omagh.
I have to say I'm really looking forward to that, but just before you pass over Cookstown, I have to say some of the work going on underage in Cookstown is fantastic. I know you're from there and you're probably biased, but it's always great from our perspective.
Well, here come the men from Edendork as Con Kilpatrick down through the centre. A chance for Con Kilpatrick to register a score. No, gives it out towards Farron. Farron transferred across the far side. McCurry's there, no space whatsoever, but McCurry kicks it up high in the air. He's kicked it over the bar, and that's a fast start to the second half for the men from Edendork. They've got the latest score, 7 points to 6. And you keep talking about Cookstown and
it was distracting.
Talk all you want. No.
Yeah, no, it's a great job by Cookstown and what they're doing. Long may it continue. It's important
that
the urban areas are well represented.
Yeah, well, it's Arbo and Edendork we're concentrating on here this evening, and here come the men from Ardboe once again through Shea McGuigan. Once again, he stayed at the field of play into the hands of his cornerback there, Aidan Duffy. Now into the hands of Michael O'Neill. Looking for options out this right hand side. Just a 1 point game here in Dungannon. 7 points to 6 as here comes Oisin Devlin. Oisin Devlin tries to play the ball inside into the hands of Didi Mulgrew. Mulgrew very close to the sideline. Manili sticking with him. Mulgrew turns back inside. Lovely offload pass and gets the ball back in his hands. Mulgrew, brilliant run from Mulgrew. A brilliant piece of football from David Mulgrew. Kicks it in and over the bar. He hits his 4th of the evening. That's super football from Arbo, in particular David Mulgrew.
Again, left-footed score has to be impressive. And on top of that, he went for the 1-2. He made it himself. There was a lot of people around him from Edendork, and he managed to get the second ball, and all credit to him.
Kick out short, didn't go beyond the D, and I can tell you something. Edendork got a jail with that one. Manili picks it up, plays the ball back into the hands of Luke Ferguson, who started the game in place of the injured Ben Cullen. I'm not even sure he's togged out. As a possession of the ball is taken out over the halfway line into the hands of Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick, that long burst and run early on created the opening score of the second half, but he kicked the ball too far out over the sideline on the far side, and Arbo will happily take that, and no particular hurry to take it. We're a point up in the game as they move possession, but they, in fairness to them, they moved it fairly quickly from the sideline, and McGuigan has it now across the far side.
You can see things begin to open up a wee bit more in the second half. There's more space, there's less
here
people.
Goes Shea O'Hare down that left hand side, transfers possession in and go on towards Mulgrew. Mulgrew into that inside forward line. Arbo looking for the next score of the game, and is taking away a brilliant piece of football there from Neelis to take possession away. It was Faker, Neelis got in, and that's excellent defending from the Edendork men. Out towards Niall Morgan, inside his own half of the field, shovels the ball on out the field to play, out towards Farron, who goes to ground and picks up possession of the ball. Referee says it is a foul, let's take the free. But that was a great piece of defending from Faker and Neelis there.
It certainly was a great rob, very technically good, didn't put his hand anywhere near the player, just robbed the ball, moved on. Niall
Morgan hasn't scored in the game so far. A very difficult chance here, kicking towards the goals down our left hand side here. As you say, Chris, the scoring goals, he's what, 6, 7, 8 steps. He's 50 yards away at least, isn't he, on the angle?
Yeah, he'll be aiming for the clubhouse.
So Morgan steps up, right foot a kick, high in the air. It's curling, not going to curl enough. It's Edendork's first wide in the game, and it's come in the 35th minute of the game. That's their opening wide.
He'll be disappointed with that. Normally he's very reliable from those distances. Well, probably the angle didn't help him.
Give him a sighter anyway. That's the thing for him. He'll learn fairly quickly. 8 points to 6. The scoreline here, and the short kick out has gone out and just beyond that D, and once again it was tight on the line, wasn't it?
Bit of a hot potato there. Those are very dangerous. They're great when you get away with them, but
Conan Devlin for Arbo goes out over the halfway line, and Conan Devlin carries it away at that left hand side of the field, and it's out in the hands now of wing half forward Shea Quinn. 2 points in the opening half for Shea Quinn. Plays the ball back towards the centre once again. Arbo looking to get the shooters on the ball, and got possession in the hands of Michael O'Neill now. Michael O'Neill heading towards the D, gives it possession back out towards Oran Mulgrew. Oran Mulgrew checks back inside. He's ably pursued there by Darragh Conway, but still Arbo retained possession of the ball into the hands of Shea O'Hare. Shea O'Hare dances out towards that left hand side of the field. Little inside forward passes found Conal Morgan. Conal Morgan turns and races through the centre. Conal Morgan goes to ground. Is this a penalty?
No, he's
just on the edge of the square. 14. But it should be a 3-point game once again, and that was the lead at the break. Or was it? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was 2 points at the break.
2 points at the break, sorry.
Stretches to 3.
Yeah. So this will stretch Arbo's lead out to 3, and that's a decent start to the second half if they can add on a point here with in the 37th minute of the game.
I think they'll be happy with this.
Yeah, Shea McGuigan
gives them an opportunity to settle themselves.
His first score here for Shea McGuigan, as I said, not 48 in the league this year. Right foot a kick through the post and over the bar. Shea McGuigan has registered his first point of the evening, and he's moved Arbo up onto 9 points to lead by 3.
And they've retreated. They're going to play counter-attacking football now. It's all for Edendork to do.
Yep.
Arbo are going to try and hit them on the break and see if they can exploit it.
They certainly are, as possession is carried across the field to play in towards Niall Morgan. Turns on the outside, heads, and then it goes route one right down the centre. Long ball. Is this going to go in towards the edge of the square? It's dropping in. A good piece of goalkeeping. Well, he done enough to just turn it away. It wasn't the safest set of hands in there from Colin Quinn, but he kept it out, and that's the main thing. That's away for 45.
He was probably going wide anyway, and he couldn't be certain. So he probably did the right thing, albeit it went for 45. But long ball, it just shows you, Damien, the long ball in the right time still can be very, very useful.
It can be very effective. Niall Morgan has a much easier opportunity than the one he kicked some moments ago. He's much more central to the goals here, and this should be fairly straightforward for the likes of Niall Morgan. Steps back, just a short run up for Morgan this time. Sizes up the opportunity, kicking down towards those goals on our left hand side. It's rising up, and he is more than happy with that one because it's through the post and it's over the bar, and Niall Morgan has recorded his.
He's got a fantastic technique.
First score in the game.
2 steps back and bang.
Yeah, it's a great score from him. And Edendork back to within 2 points, 9 points to 7. Short kick out puts a defender under pressure there, but Arbo can carry it out this near side, and out towards that 45-metre line in the shape of Washington Devlin, and it's now with Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill making progress out towards the middle. Arbo trying to work options here through Conan Devlin.
Conan Devlin's been very
mentioned him a
influential
lot.
here.
Yeah.
He's certainly taking on people.
McGuigan plays the ball inside. There's a chance here for Arbo. The ball's in towards the edge of the square. Here goes McGree. McGree goes to
that's a
ground.
penalty.
Definitely a penalty because it was inside the box when he was fouled. And a penalty for Arbo, and this could be a huge moment in the game.
It's definitely a penalty game, yeah, but it's unfortunate. The legs got tangled. There was no intention.
Brilliant
But
pass
once you
inside.
take him down,
Brilliant
fantastic.
pass inside from McGuigan.
In the last 3 minutes, we've had one long ball
Yep.
that brought a potential score, and one through ball that's brought a penalty opportunity.
This is a game-defining moment here, because if Arbo can hit the net here, they'll move themselves 5 clear, and
who's coming to take it? I don't see anybody running to
I
take the
think
ball.
Shane McGuigan will probably end up with the ball at his feet, or will he? Or is it Cormac, Darren? No, I don't think Cormac's to Michael Neal's walking in. I'm not sure that Michael Neal's maybe just going in to check on the player. I can't see Michael looking for him. Michael has asked for it, so it is going to be Michael O'Neill up against Darragh Mullen here. And Mullen has a pretty good record of saving penalties in the league so far this season, and Niall Morgan's a way to give him a small bit of advice. In fact, Niall Morgan's going in to replace him.
And because he's not wearing a jersey, he can't touch it on the ground.
So there you go. So it's Niall Morgan up against Michael O'Neill, or is it? It is indeed.
Tony Manili has a problem.
Niall Morgan has taken he's no gloves on him either. So yeah, Donald Manili is under a spot of pressure here, and this is going to add to the frustration from the Arbo perspective, because they're going to have to wait around, and that's not a good thing ahead hitting a penalty.
No, definitely not. As a keeper, you're always trying to delay it, frustrate and get into the head of the person taking it. And with the greatest respect with Michael, or for Michael, and to Michael, he's a very good footballer, but I have never known of him taking a free or a dead ball.
Well, he's won 7 in the league this year. He has scored this evening as well. So it's Niall Morgan up against, Michael O'Neill up against Niall Morgan. Michael O'Neill's shot goes in and goes to the bottom right or left hand corner.
Just
and I can tell you something now.
There's been some
who were we to doubt that? And there's a man down, and
he's talking.
Darragh Mullen could be in a spot of bother here. Darragh Mullen has run into an Arbo player, and Darragh Mullen picks up a yellow card, and that's a big moment in the game. If Arbo have moved to 1 goal and 9 points over 7 points, it went down into Niall Morgan's right hand corner, the left as we look out here. And
it was
a
an
super
penalty. And a pressured penalty taken by the captain. Very well done. Bit of afters. Game's getting heighted up. Welcome to the Tyrone Senior Championship.
Yeah, Tyrone Senior Championship now, because Arbo were 5 clear in the game, and Edendork have it all ahead of them now. I just felt they were a little flat coming into the game. It was that, I think, despondency, the fact that Van Cullen was out, and the mood music mightn't have been great for Edendork. It's definitely not good now, as they're finding themselves 5 down in the game, and there's a crowd roar on the far side. It's more Arbo voices that are making their...
You can see the energy levels in Arbo really raising. You can see you can feel it nearly in the crowd. There's an energy, there's a focus. Arbo smell blood in the water. Yeah,
absolutely. This is senior football championship action here, knockout football, and the men from Arbo are relishing the opportunity here as if Michael O'Neill takes possession of the ball in the midfield area and wins a free, and
10 to go.
Yeah, suddenly the game, what have we got, 12 minutes gone in the second half. Yeah, so still some time left, plenty of time left in the game. It's a ball across towards Cormac Devlin, but Arbo made a really good start to the second half, and Cormac Devlin's going forward once again, looking for the opportunity to get a score. Ball's been broken free.
Well, shut down Edendork there.
Yeah, Luke Ferguson
takes it away. Can they build out, and can they build quickly?
Yep, Luke Ferguson takes it on for Edendork. Comes back out the field of play, but man injured inside his own 20-metre line. Darragh Mullen takes it. Surprised maybe that Edendork changed the goalkeeper there, but then if you've got a county goalkeeper in your midst, why would you not put him in nets?
No, well, you can understand that, but it doesn't give Doneman or the other keeper any confidence. And I have to say,
look at the Arbo starting to win possession of the ball. Here comes Shea O'Hare out the field to play with it once again, and here's O'Hare onto the hands of Mulgrew. Didi Mulgrew out to the left hand side. He's got options. Arbo trying to play down that left hand side with Jimmy Muldoon back to the hands of Mulgrew once again. Mulgrew plays it further on out the field of play into the heart of his own defence. Shea McGuigan's there once again. Arbo leading by some 5 points, 9 to 7 points. Here comes O'Neill. once again down this right hand side. O'Neill shaped like he's going to shoot, gives the ball short to Ora Mulgrew. Mulgrew back out the field of play. It's now found the hands of cornerback Conor Devlin, who could slow it down. Arbo are in control. They can play it on their terms. The ball is crossed to the far side, and once again they're trying to make a bit of progress in. The kick goes in, it's gone out to the left of the post and it's gone wide, and Arbo record wide number 9. But they're dominating the game now, Chris. And
totally, when you're 5 points up, you don't really worry about the 9 that you've missed. A wide, and in fact, is as good as a score insofar as it's killing time and killing momentum. Edendork need to press Arbo. They need to hunt Arbo.
Need to get their
they need to move the footballers.
They need to get their big players into it. Yeah, they need to get their big players into the game as well. The county men really have been kept very quiet by Arbo this evening, as here comes Ferguson, or Patrick Donnelly rather, plays possession out that right hand side of the field into the hands of Faker Neelis, their point scorer in the game. Neelis coming forward for it, gives it towards McCurry. McCurry out towards the 45-metre line, but his options have been limited to way out the field of play. Goes short into the hands of Porter, or into the hands of Darragh Conway. Darragh Conway goes to ground, but Arbo are in there to snap up possession of the ball, and Arbo's energy levels once again rise because they've turned over possession of the ball. There's a real nip about Arbo, there's a real buzz about them, and they're in control of the contest because they lead a goal in 9 to 7 points. We're now heading towards the midway point in the second half, and things have to happen very quickly here for Edendork because they're going to go out here with a whimper.
Yeah, again, you put your finger on the problem there. Edendork don't seem to have the same energy levels. Arbo are hunting in the tackle and then shutting it down and playing around. Edendork need to step up, step out, and go after them.
Conor Devlin plays the ball forward once again for Arbo. Arbo just dictating the pace, happy to hold possession of the ball. Now out towards the Michael O'Neill, and then across away to the far side into the hands of Mulgrew once again. He's got an option there. Oisín Devlin picks it up for Arbo out over the halfway line. Options up this right hand side. Cormac Devlin's trying to make a bit of progress in the inside forward run, but he's got an outlet pass here, and that's in Conan Devlin. Conan Devlin cuts in off the angle. Conan Devlin trying to work another score here for Arbo, and then the hands of Shea O'Hare. Shea O'Hare back out the field of play. Arbo just happy and content to keep possession of the ball now through Shea McGuigan, who's played that outfield quarterback role, almost setting things up. Ball into the hands of O'Neill. O'Neill in a bit of space over there on the far side, plays the ball to McGuigan once again under Bristwater pressure, but Arbo, the press really isn't coming on here from Edendork, and it's not the same energy levels.
There's not the same energy levels, and the preferred Arbo, they're very composed. They're not panicking, they're taking their time, they're selecting the right pass, they're not rushing it, and they're not running the ball into contact.
14 minutes to go in the game, and it's Arbo in control. They head forward once again through Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill looks out for the opportunity maybe to get a score here. Michael O'Neill, good run inside, left for a kick, but it's a poor effort, really poor effort, way out to the far side, but the ball is bouncing out there in favour of Arbo. Once again they've won it, and even the bad passes are going into Arbo hands here.
Yeah, it's not a good sign for Edendork at this stage. You can see them somewhat.
Nice little inside pass to Muldoon. Muldoon off the left boot, and Muldoon kicks it up, and Muldoon has split the post. No, he hasn't. He's kicked it out to the left hand side of the post. Another wide for Arbo, and we're up to wide number 10 for them now on the evening. Edendork have just one wide, 7 scores, and they're really, really struggling here. And I think just the
energy levels and the body language isn't great at the minute. You can feel for them, or you do feel for them, in terms of it just hasn't clicked yet.
Yeah, and it might not click, but here's Fern with a long ball in towards the edge of the square, and they're operating with that long pass inside, and there's one possession of the ball, and there's a chance here towards the goal. That could going to be a penalty. Referee says no penalty. He's overcarried possession of the ball. He's overcarried possession of the ball. Is that Niall Morgan?
I think it is Niall Morgan, and I'd say he's not that happy.
Well,
it's a bit far away from here, but it looked a penalty from our perspective.
Yeah. Arbo disciplined defending. I've got possession back on their hands once again. Shea Quinn has it for Arbo.
But again, Damien, the value of the early ball is fantastic.
Yeah, certainly is. Arbo happy to hold possession of the ball on this historic night here in Dungannon, where the first senior football championship game under lights.
That's a powerful
they're moving forward here. Arbo towards the edge of the square. There's a chance here to get a shot in. It comes off the post and back out into play, but referee Fergal Ward has spotted the foul. It will be a free into Ardboe, and Arbo are about to go 6 ahead here, and I think they're out of sight almost.
Was that Conal Devlin? That was a fantastic run off the shoulder. He made himself the space. They couldn't do anything other than foul him. He's been an impressive athlete tonight. Shea
McGuigan will have the free where the 20 or the 13-metre line meets the edge of the square, and this should be a relatively straightforward kick for a right-footed kicker. and this to move Ardboe 6 ahead. Yeah, the man that had it was Conan Devlin that had the
number 7.
great
Very impressive.
ball gets in and goes over the bar. Shane McGuigan hits his second of the night, and Arbo lead by 6. A goal and 10 now to 7 points.
Yeah, you have to say there's still 12 minutes left, but sooner rather than later, Edendork need a major.
Yeah, they certainly need something to spark their evening, because second half the wind has dropped a wee bit, and with it has dropped the spurts of this Edendork side. They're going down this left hand side, and Ferguson picks it up, goes towards the halfway line into the hands of Manili. Manili plays the ball short into Fern. Fern outlet pass to McCurry. McCurry off the left boot. McCurry's kick goes way out to the right hand side of the post and wide, and that is just summing up Edendork's evening so far. A really poor wide there, and it's now 110 to 7 points, and we're into the 50th minute of the game. This game slipping away from Edendork.
Yeah, again, you can feel it. Very uncharacteristic wide by Dazzler. Normally he's very reliable. The difficulty is he's too far away from goal, and he doesn't have as much support. Shane
McGuigan picks it up for Arbo, out over the halfway line. Still McGuigan in possession, has an outlet pass on this near side, and that's Shea O'Hare, and that's danger for Edendork, as here comes O'Hare on the ball. Just shovels it back out towards McGuigan once again. He picks it up, gives it out, and Oisin Devlin shrugs the tackle away, and once again Arbo through, actually their corner forward Matthew Bell across on that far side. Beck wins possession back. Bell out close to the terrace on the far side over there.
Again, a lot of the contrast from the first half. You see Arbo moving it quicker from one side to the other when they need to, and then slowing it down when they want to.
Yeah, Arbo just dictating the pace here, controlling the game. They've done that just remarkably well. They've done it very well at the start of the second half. They've just been in total control, and here comes Conor Devlin once again over the 45 metre line, trying to work a scoring opportunity for Arbo as it goes into the hands of Didi McGrew. McGrew checks back inside once again, plays the ball out towards Conan Devlin. Devlin has an outlet pass if he wants to use Shea O'Hare, but he's just happy to throw it around, because why would he do anything else? They're happy they have to. Edendork need to come out and play here.
The other danger you have with Conal Devlin is if you get too close to him, he can burn you, and you're not going to catch him when he goes.
Ball now towards Mulgrew. That's Oran Mulgrew. It makes good progress down this right hand side. Mulgrew trying to play it in towards Conan Devlin, back into the hands of Mulgrew once again towards the outside. He runs into a spot of traffic, but
it's well robbed by Ferguson.
Edendork haven't got the numbers there, and
he's fighting a lonely battle there, so he is.
Yeah, ball into the hands of Bale. Bale out to field the play towards O'Neill. O'Neill back to Bale. Bale making progress out towards the edge of the goes to ground. Referee says no foul there, absolutely no foul, and he's touched the ball on the ground, and Edendork have turned it over. But there's nobody up ahead of them. Now into the hands of Fern, and referee spotted a foul, and he wants to book an Arbo player, I think. Well, Anetta,
the linesman has called him over.
Kieran Anetta has called him in, and he spotted something, I think. Bit of frustration now creeping into this Edendork side, and they're going to hop the ball here. They're going to hop the ball because I think Edendork held back a player there for the looks of it.
I think there was an altercation between two players off the ball. There wasn't an awful lot in it. Again, it's not having Edendork's cause.
Number 19 on the field of play, Owen Devlin, comes on, and
that's the brother of Didi and.
No, that's. No? I'm just checking who's coming off here. Jamie Muldoon looks like he's coming off, so it's number 19 Owen Devlin's on the field of play.
Owen Devlin, that's the brother of Connell, is it, in Cormac?
Yeah, so Owen's on the field of play.
The manager now has the entire family on the field.
And well, maybe Noel Neal might have something to say about that. He's first named on the list, so we have to go by who's named first. Ball away across the far side, and once again the men from Arbo are back in defending as Edendork come forward. But Edendork, I think they need a major to get back in this game, and they need it very quickly.
Yeah, but again, if they get a major all of a sudden, it's game on. But they're not going to get it out there, and they're not going to get it if they don't move the ball early.
A real bite with the Arbo side. They're really well organised, and Edendork are fast exiting the Tyrone Senior Championship here by the looks of it. It's 110 to 7 points, and what have Edendork scored in the second half? Is it a single point, or here they're coming forward through McCurry? McCurry goes towards the 20 metre line. Referee spots a foul there.
Is it 6-5 at half time?
Possession Will be at the feet now of Darragh McCurry. McCurry will take the free on the 13-metre line. It should reduce the gap to 5 here.
All is not lost, Damien, from an Edendork perspective. There's 5 in it.
Darragh
One
McCurry,
early ball or
Darragh
a fluky
McCurry
goal,
has slotted it over
and all of a sudden the dynamic has changed.
Well, Darragh McCurry has slotted over the bar. I think that's just the second score of the second half for Edendork, but change down on our left-hand side. Number 15 is coming off the field of play for Ardboe, is it?
No, for Edendork, 15's off.
Yeah, 15. Sorry, it's so
number 20 is on for
Patrick Donnelly is off the field of play. Number 20 is Patrick McLernan on the field of play for Edendork. So Patrick McLernan on for
again an exciting forward, which is exactly what they need. You know, a wee bit of energy.
Yeah, certainly they need something. As here come the men from Arbo once again, and they've moved the ball in towards the edge of the square. Mulgrew has possession of the ball. Mulgrew shows it back out the field of play towards O'Hare. Further on out the field of play is Devlin. Options over on the right hand side in the shape of Shea Quinn. Up 2 points in the opening half now into the hands of Conor Devlin. Conor Devlin plays the ball inside. He's looking for options, and Arbo just happy to keep it here at the minute.
Good defending there from Edendork.
Edendork can't get hands on the ball. They cannot get hands on the ball. His possession is now in the hands of Shea Quinn. Shea Quinn for Arbo on the 45-metre line. Shea Quinn looks up ahead of him. Just 5.5, just over 5 minutes left in the game. Arbo by some 5 points. They have it now through their fullback, Oisín Devlin. It's just a case of keep balling for straight. Edendork, they're chasing round and they're chasing shadows at the minute because they've got possession of the ball. Arbo, and they're racing forward in the hands of Mulgrew. Mulgrew making great progress towards that 13-metre line. Back out into the play where Shea O'Hare has it for Arbo. O'Hare jinking and weaving, trying to get through the tackles. Moves out towards the midfield area, into the hands now of Devlin going forward, and it's into the hands now of Oisín Devlin, and Oisín Devlin kicks it up high, but he kicked it well out to the left of the post.
Wasteful wide. He should have done better. He could have gone in, fisted it over the bar. Again, positively, you're taking a look at Arbo. They're fantastic coming off the shoulder, Damien.
Yeah, they certainly are. Number 20 now on the field for Arbo as Peter Devlin comes in for them, and that's both 20s on the field of play now.
Just looking at the kick out, there's 3 Edendork fellas inside. They're 45. They don't need that.
Yeah,
they need people to press up.
Certainly don't. Darragh Allen with a kick out goes short with it out towards Maneely. Maneely carries it out towards the 45-metre line here under the bright lights of O'Neill Park and Dungannon as possession of the ball is transferred out now towards the midfield area. McCurry has it, flips it across the field to play into the hands of Ferguson. That's Luke Ferguson out this left-hand side of the field into the hands of the man wearing number 21 is Declan Cullen on the field to play for Edendork.
And we now have
Ferran
Morgan at the edge of the square
towards McCurry. McCurry's kick goes in, but it's going to curl out to the left of the post, and it's gone wide, a third wide of the second half for Edendork.
And certainly 2 for Darragh McCurry, which is a phrase you don't often say.
Yeah, certainly not. Declan Cullen came into the field to play there for Edendork, and it's a 5-point game, 110 to 8 points. We thought it might be a bit closer than this, but Arbo have controlled the contest. That's
Kilpatrick wins it well, under an awful lot of pressure.
Kilpatrick under all sorts of pressure. Referee's given the free. Ball has been moved inside, or referee's not going to allow that because it was all in the wrong place. And Ferns racing forward, but he's not happy, Con Kilpatrick. But
in fairness to the referee, he called it early. Everybody heard it. They can only complain, or they can't really complain about the call itself.
Yeah, so it'll be a free just inside the 65-metre line for Edendork. Not really a shooting or opportunity as number 19 comes on the field for Edendork, and that's Conor Cullen now coming in for number 13, Darragh Conway. So Conor Cullen's on, Declan Cullen's on, Patrick McLaren's on, Luke Ferguson was on from the start.
There's a good score from distance.
And the ball is going in.
4-point game.
Yeah, going in.
Go back and we've been saying it all day, Damien. An early ball and a major, it changes it. Yeah, so certainly making it more exciting.
Yeah, that's Conor Cullen coming in there now. Yes, Edendork kicked the latest score there down to a 4-point game, 110 to 9 points. And the kick out from goalkeeper out the field of play into the hands of wing half forward Shea Quinn for Arbo. Arbo just want to retain possession here as we head into the last couple of minutes of normal time. But it's been a half that's been dominated by Arbo. Can Edendork put on a late surge
That's
here.
a great
and
long
cause
ball if it gets
danger.
to him.
Oh,
He
what
needs
a
to watch the bounce.
brilliant crossfield pass across this near side where Oisín Devlin picks it up for Arbo. He had a scoring chance not that long ago, gives it to Mulgrew. Or Mulgrew out the field to play into the hands of Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill for Arbo going forward. Plays the ball towards Shea O'Hare. Shea O'Hare rips into the 45 metre line and beyond it. Heads out to that left hand side into the hands of McGuigan. McGuigan recycles possession out the field to play for Ardboe. Ardboe have an option out on this near side where Peter Devlin's looking for it, but they've elected against that and they're just happy to retain possession. Edendork need to go man to man now and push up really as hard as they can, but they're struggling. They're struggling with the energy levels. They've been struggling in the second half with energy levels, and Arbo have dictated it. And Arbo lead by 4 at 110 to 9 points. Now in the possession of the ball is Mulgrew once again. Mulgrew can bring in goalkeeper Conall Quinn if he wants to use him. Conall Quinn on his own 45 metre line. Under no particular pressure, comes out this right hand side and plays the ball forward once again for Arbo. Into the hands of Conor Devlin. Conor Devlin goes to ground. The referee's going to call across Niall Morgan.
You can see the frustration coming through.
Yeah, certainly yellow card going Niall Morgan's way very shortly. That's already been handed out, but it's a game that
and it's not even the yellow card, it's the killing of the time.
Yeah, certainly it's been an impressive performance from Arbo, but
yeah, I have to say some of their half backs, I'm very impressed with Cormac Devlin. I'm very impressed with Conall Devlin, number 7. Conan, sorry.
Yep.
He has been, like, they're very impressive athletes. They're coming off the shoulder. They can go long, they can go short, but they're hard to keep up with. And every time somebody in Arbo had the ball and needed support, they had somebody coming off the shoulder, whereas Edendork were very one-dimensional and just kick and go.
Possession will be played forward once again, and Arbo have picked it up once again, and they've got possession into the hands of Peter Devlin, racing forward. Peter Devlin with a chance to really seal the deal here as he fists it in and over the bar. Super point from Peter Devlin.
And we have 4 minutes of extra time,
and Ardboe move to a goal and 11 points now over 9 points and 4 minutes of additional time to come, and we have 20 seconds that played. Out this near side into the hands of Ferguson going forward. Edendork have no other option here. They've got to go route one, they've got to go long, and they've got to hope for a couple of goals here as Con Kilpatrick picks up possession of the ball, heading towards the 45 metre line, gives it to McCurry. McCurry drops one on the edge of the square, rising up there, trying to get it. There's Morgan, but the ball's dropping free into the hands of goalkeeper Conall Quinn, and they've survived the first would-be last-ditch attack from Edendork.
Yeah, in fairness, the keeper did well there, but the long ball was threatening. Edendork will rue the fact that they didn't try that earlier and more often.
Yeah, certainly. That's a free will go once again to Ardboe, or is it? No, it's going against Ardboe, is it? Yeah, the ball's now in the hands of an Edendork man, so well, they can't do it. There's no point in kicking a score here from a free here from over the bar. I think they're going to have to drop the ball in. I suggest that Con Kilpatrick's in the wrong place.
No, I think they'll go for the point and hope to get the kick out and put them under pressure from there.
Just beyond the 20 metre line, kicking down towards those goals on the left hand side. You can really see the value of these lights now at this time of the evening, and what a great spectacle it is as Darragh McCurry steps up to take this one, and he's found his range once again for Edendork, and he's reduced the deficit to some 4 points. He moves Edendork up onto 10 points, 111 to 10 points. McCurry has kicked the score, so it's a 4-point ball game, and we have 2 minutes of additional time to play.
Arbo have retreated out. It looks like they're going to have to go long.
Oh, they've kicked it. I thought that was a dangerous kick out, but Mulgrew picks it up.
Not good for the hard pressure, but certainly it was good for possession.
Didi Mulgrew picks it up and goes out the field to play with it once again. And here comes Cormac Devlin. Plays the ball out across the far side. Dungannon or Arbo playing dangerous football, but now they're away.
Again, they're coming off the shoulder if they kick it early.
And they're on the attack down that left hand side, and here they come down through the centre once again as Arbo looking for the next score in the game with racing, and a foul, and there was nothing Edendork could do, only give away the foul of Faker, and Neelis give it away, and the man that won the free, I think that's the wing half forward, Shea Quinn.
Number 10.
Yeah, Shea Quinn, very dangerous run there from him. Faker Neelis took him out high, and well, I don't think the referee's given him a yellow card there, he just ticked him in the book.
I think at this stage it's a damage limitation for Edendork. They've realised that it's possibly a lost cause. And
Well,
the referees just
we're just a
playing
minute
through the-
of normal time left now. It's 1-11 to Ardboe, 10 points to Edendork, and Edendork's season looks like it's going to come to an end this evening, and they can wrap up things down there for the winter, because it looks like Arbo are going to progress to the next round in the Senior Football Championship, the Connolly's of Moy Senior Football Championship. Of course, all games live here on Tyrone TV. 1-12 now to 10 points, and McGuigan kicks another score for Arbo, and he's sealed the fate
all
of the
in all,
men
you have to be impressed
Edendork.
with Arbo. Despite the fact they have been wasteful, they have been effective, they have been impressive, with high energy levels, with a lot of runners, and they've put Edendork to the sword.
Yeah, they certainly have, as Neelis picks up possession of the ball going forward for Edendork, drops it in towards the edge of the square, but that's going to come out there through Cormac Devlin. I think it was in there to win possession for them. Wins a free, and that's as good as a score in there when you can take a ball out like that. He's getting Backley's feet. He's no hurried really, Backley's feet, but this game is gone, and the vast majority of the crowd are making their way towards the exit gates at this stage. There's going to be no late shock here in Dungannon. It's 1-12 to Ardboe, 10 points to Edendork, and the kick will go out through the centre of the field, and it's going to drop short into the hands of Shea O'Hare, who picks it up, and that's victory for Ardboe in the opening round of the Connolly's of Moy Tyrone Senior Football Championship. 1-12 to 10 points, and Arbo dictated the pace of that game from about 40